Thanks for joining day 2 of our AI book reading challenge. My name is Henry Onowale. Yesterday we started our AI book reading challenge, and the goal of this AI book reading challenge is to set aside 30 minutes of your time every day to read an AI book. And for this year, we selected 4 AI books, and the emphasis is focused on AI governance, AI ethics, and responsible AI. Then the first book that was selected for our AI book reading challenge is the AI Governance, a primer authored by Edward Aden. Then yesterday, we went through about 3 pages. We look at the introduction of the book, which talks about the origin of artificial intelligence, and it also highlighted the first time there was a discussion about artificial intelligence, and which was in 1950. And in 1956, there are 4 individuals who actually organized this AI workshop. Their names are John McCarthy, Marvin Minsky, Nathaniel Winchester, and Claude Shannon. And another thing we also reviewed yesterday, we look at an overview of AI in terms of their categories. One is artificial narrow intelligence, and the other is artificial general intelligence. And we also have artificial super intelligence. And we'll move further to also look at the relationship between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also deep learning. And we understood that machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. And we also look at different kinds of learning. Yesterday, we look at reinforcement learning, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and we also look at different models which are classified under the classification model and the regression model. Yeah, just a little recap of what we read yesterday and what we learned from yesterday AI book reading challenge. Then today, we are going to continue to page 10. If you are joining us for the first time, my name is Henry Onowale, and the book that we picked for this month is AI Governance, a primer by Edward Aden. Then if you have your copy, just sit down and relax and listen to me as I read page 10. I'm sorry, the words look kind of tiny. I'm going to read this from off my phone. Okay, I'm reading from page 10 of the book titled AI Governance, a primer, Edward Aden. And this is a continuation of the model. If you remember yesterday, we looked at different models. Then this one is recurrent neural network. I'm going to write that on the board, and let me read out the description. Neural networks are commonly used in natural language processing and speech recognition tasks. They use recurrent layers to process sequence of input data and can learn to predict the next element in a sequence based on the previous element. The next is long-term, short-term memory. The first one was recurrent neural network. Recurrent neural network. Recurrent neural network. This is a continuation of the learning models. And the next one is long short-term memory. Long short-term memory. Long short-term memory. And it is abbreviated as LSTM. Okay? Let me read out the description. These are type of recurrent neural network designed to address the problem of vanishing gradients in traditional recurrent neural network. They use memory cells to store and retrieve information over long time period and can learn to model complex temporal patterns in the data. And next is generative adversarial network, which is called GAN, generative adversarial network. Generative adversarial network, and it's abbreviated as GAN. Generative adversarial network are neural network used for generating new data that resemble training data. They consist of two networks, a generator network that creates new data and a discriminator network that evaluates the quality of the generated data. And next we have the autoencoders. Autoencoders. Neural networks are used for data compression and feature extraction. They consist of an encoder network that compresses the input data into a lower dimensional representation, and a decoder network that constructs the original data from the compressed representation. I believe this model is actually the model behind the feature engineering process. The next is deep belief network. 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 Neural network used for, if you are just joining us, what we are doing currently, we are reviewing the continuation of the models, the learning models that we went through yesterday. And this is a continuation of the model. Then I will call out the name of the model and give a description of the model. Then right now we are on deep belief network. Neural network used for unsupervised learning tasks such as clustering and dimensionality reduction. They consist of multiple layers of restricted Boltzmann machine, which are a type of unsupervised learning algorithm. And next we have restricted Boltzmann machine. Restricted Boltzmann machine. Restricted Boltzmann machine. Boltzmann machine. Hope I got the spelling. Restricted Boltzmann machine. And it's abbreviated as RBM. Then I'm giving a description of restricted Boltzmann machine. Learning algorithm used for feature learning and dimensionality reduction. They are used in deep belief network and can learn to represent the input data in a lower dimensional space. And lastly, we have deep reinforcement learning. Deep reinforcement learning. Deep reinforcement learning. Deep reinforcement learning. Which is DRL. Deep reinforcement learning. Deep reinforcement learning is a reinforcement learning algorithm that uses deep neural network to learn policies for decision-making tasks. It has been successfully used in game playing, robotics, and other complex tasks where a large amount of state information is available. Yeah, that brings us to the end of the different learning models. Then now I'm going to read from the book. Okay, we're in page 10. If you are reading, we are reading from this book titled AI Governance, a Primer. AI Governance, a Primer, authored by Edward Aden. It said each model listed provide distinct capabilities as well as distinct challenges to organization. The management of an AI-enabled environment can quickly become noisy or messy rather. Data, variables, tests, and metrics can be unique for each model, which makes a prescriptive standard for each model difficult to maintain at an organizational level. Then the next, page 11, the heading is titled as the AI life cycle. The life cycle for AI is not too dissimilar from the software development life cycle. Many for-profit and non-profit organizations have developed numerous depictions of AI life cycle with varying degrees of detail. A common theme is plan, design, build, deploy, test, and monitor. The approach is intuitive in nature. As AI models begin deteriorating or drifting, or better data becomes available, the process begins anew. Now we're looking at plan. Plan in this stage, the aim is to understand the problem at hand and determine if an AI-based solution is appropriate. This involves defining clear objectives and success metrics. Key tasks in the phase include identifying data sources, visibility analysis, and defining resource needs. It is crucial to align the AI project objective with overall business goals and understand any legal or ethical implication of the proposed solution. Yeah, I totally agreed with their context on plan. The next is design. In this phase, the architecture and model of the AI solution are designed. This includes designing the overall system architecture, selecting the AI techniques to be used, e.g. machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and planning for data collection and processing. Depending on the complexity of the project, multiple AI techniques might be used in combination. That means you can combine machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, generative AI application to build an AI technology that aligns with your business problem or your business use case. The next is build. This phase is where the AI model are developed and trained. It starts with data collection, cleaning, and pre-processing, followed by feature extraction and selection. Then the AI models are trained using the prepared data, which often involves iterative experimentation to optimize the model. This phase also includes developing the necessary software and infrastructure to support the AI models. I will go ahead and highlight the phases of the AI life cycle. Let me clean our board so that we can we're looking at EI life cycle. EI life cycle. And the first one is plan. And the second one, I guess, is this, design. And we have build. And fourth, we have tests. And fifth, we have deploy. And do we have a sixth one? And lastly, we have monitor. Okay. Okay. I guess I stopped at design. Then let's read build. Build. This phase is where the AI models are developed and trained. It starts with data collection, cleaning, and pre-processing, followed by feature extraction and selection. Then the AI models are trained using the prepared data, which often involves iterative experimentation to optimize the model. This phase also includes developing the necessary software and infrastructure to support the AI model. Then the next phase is test. Test in this phase, the AI system is thoroughly tested to ensure it works as expected and achieves the defined objective. This involves both functional testing, in bracket, does the system perform its intended function, and non-functional testing. How does the system perform under different conditions? Additionally, the system performance is benchmarked against the success metrics defined in the planning stage. And next, we have deploy. Once the models are trained and validated, they are deployed into the production environment. This might involve integrating the models into existing software systems, setting up application programming, endpoints for model prediction, and preparing the infrastructure to support the production models. It is important to have a robust deployment process to ensure that the model can operate reliably and scale to handle the intended workload. And lastly, we're looking at monitor. After deployment, the AI system needs to be continuously monitored to ensure it continues to perform well. This includes monitoring system performance, data quality, and model accuracy. AI system can drift over time as the underlying data changes, so it is important to regularly retrain or fine-tune the model as needed. Monitoring also includes checking for any unexpected or undesirable behavior from the AI system and implementing corrective measures if needed. Example, a company in New York is planning to revolutionize its hiring process by implementing a resume screening system that performs ranking of candidates that is augmented by an online multiple choice test that assesses if the candidate is a good fit for the company's culture. For the planning phase, process owners and subject matters drive the conversation of what is needed, and engineers and data scientists can drive the conversation of what is possible. Gaps between the two are then discussed and direction for the solution can begin. Legal and ethical issues are reviewed as well. During the legal review, it has been discovered that hiring systems based on AI that are implemented in New York City require annual bias audits. The company thinks this is a good practice and develop requirements in the planning phase that will facilitate ongoing audits. The design phase becomes more technical in nature, but still requires input from business owners. Team members from human resources are a part of the design team and participate in discussions. An agile method is being used for the development, so sprints of design, build, test are being used for more iterative input from subject matter experts. Data is of paramount importance for AI, so data owners and data scientists are integral as well. Next is build. Build occurs using the hardware, software platform decided upon in earlier phases. The current company is large enough to support an internal build without version licensing for third-party solutions. Models are built using standard open source software that is supported by a large enough talent pool internally and externally. Testing occurs after each sprint. Test scripts were developed during the design phase and are executed by developers and then by functional subject matter experts. Test results are documented and exceptions are fed into the design phase for the next build. Human resources and hiring managers use the interface and test the result against past hiring decisions. Since bias and fairness is a core ethical principle for the company as well as legal requirement, statistical review of demographic data that pertain to candidates are reviewed. It was found in one review that first and last name drove bias in selection, so the feature were removed as input into the model. Once the AI build is completed, to the satisfaction of all parties, sign-off are obtained and the solution is deployed in accordance with deployment plan. Ample instruction and training are provided for users, both internal and external. The system is monitored for results as well as usability. During the initial couple of weeks, applicants were having issues with some of the testing questions. The feedback gathered from an email inbox dedicated to raising issues captured the concern, which then turned into requirements. Additionally, HR managers were noticing some trend of bias in ethnicity. The team discovered zip code was inadvertently driving some businesses some biasness in selection, and the feature was removed in the next model update. During each phase in the example, various control points existed. The control helped to keep the AI system governed and managed while meeting the organization objective and remaining ethical. The next section will touch more upon control as they relate to AI and governance. Yeah, I really like this use case. This was a good use case to demonstrate the AI life cycle. Yeah, a use case used as a proper analogy or as a proper example to explain the AI life cycle phases from plan phase to design, build, test, deploy, and monitor. Okay, let's move to the next page. The next page is page 14, and here we'll be looking at the page is titled Governance. If you are just joining and if you have any thoughts, please can you put a comment in the comment section. Let's know your thoughts. Let me know what you are learning from today's second day of the AI book reading challenge. Go to the comment section and let us know your insight. Let me know what you are learning, and yeah, just go to the comment section. Yeah, the next one is governance. Governance. Okay. Governance refers to the system and processes by which a company is directed, and controlled. It forms the framework for attaining a company's objectives and encompasses practically every sphere of management, from action plan and internal control to performance measurement and corporate disclosure. In essence, corporate governance involves balancing the interests of a company, many stakeholders, such as stakeholders management, customers, suppliers, financiers, government, and the community. Give the second paragraph in page 14. Then if you have the book, or maybe you have an ebook version, we are reading this book titled AI Governance, a Primer, authored by Edward Aden. If you are joining us, we're actually participating in an AI book reading challenge where you dedicate 30 minutes of your time to read the pages of this book. And the goal of this challenge is to complete 4 books on AI ethics and governance. And today is our day 2. Okay, I'll continue. Given the critical importance of investor trusts in maintaining a company's value, corporate governance practices focus heavily on ensuring transparency, accountability, and security in a company's relationship with its stakeholder. A robust corporate governance framework establishes the roles and responsibility of each participant in the corporation. This includes the board of directors, management, and shareholders. Good corporate governance procedures are those that motivate the management to perform at its best and act in the shareholder interest. The third paragraph. Key principles that underpin good corporate governance include fairness, transparency, accountability, and responsibility. Fairness ensures equal treatment of all stakeholders. Transparency refers to the clear, timely, and accurate communication of a company's financial performance and business activities. Accountability ensures that management is answerable to the board, and the board in turn is accountable to the shareholders. Responsibility pertains to the legal and ethical obligations of the corporation towards a stakeholder and society at large. The last paragraph. Governance is usually articulated through policies, standards, and procedures developed by the organization and owned by individuals that are responsible for implementing processes and control to ensure governance is executed properly. Reviews performed by parties, internal or external to the organization, but independent of the processes, help assure senior management and other stakeholders that the execution of the policy, standard, and procedure is occurring as designed within the framework, and that the control in place are operating effectively. Then we're about rounding off for today. I'm reading the last page for today, which is page 15. And here we'll be looking at the roles and responsibilities. Within an organization, the governance of AI include roles and responsibilities that span various departments. We're looking at governance, which you can equally call it AI governance. AI governance. AI governance. Okay? AI governance. Okay? Within an organization, the governance of AI include roles and responsibility that span various departments and levels. It is not just about technology or data. AI governance involves considering ethical, legal, and societal implications. In addition to technology, a monitoring and control framework to ensure compliance and monitoring is executed is also a key component of governance. Roles and responsibility can vary depending on the size, sector, and AI maturity of the organization, but in all cases, the governance of AI should be a cross-functional effort involving a wide range of stakeholders. Now, we'll be looking at the main stakeholders involved in the coordination or the execution or the establishment of AI governance. One, we have the leadership team that comprises of the CEO, the board of directors, and the executive management. The leadership team under the AI governance. Who are the major players? We have the leadership team. The leadership team. The leadership team. Okay? Please keep your comments coming. Keep your comment coming. Let me know if you are enjoying the book reading challenge. Let me know if you're enjoying it. Keep your comment coming. The leadership team comprises of CEO, board of directors, executive management. They set the overall strategic direction for AI in the organization. They communicate the organization vision for AI, ensure it aligns with the organization core values, and comply with legal obligations. Moreover, they are instrumental in fostering a corporate culture that emphasizes ethical AI use, promoting responsible behavior throughout the organization. And the next person in the AI governance hierarchy or AI governance team is the Chief AI Officer or the Chief Data Officer. Chief AI Officer. Chief AI Officer. Officer or Chief Data Officer. These are the major stakeholders that are instrumental in promoting or fostering AI governance within the organization. The Chief AI Officer or Chief Data Officer oversees the strategic deployment of AI within the organization and ensure the quality, integrity, and security of the data used in AI application. They are expected to advocate for ethical AI practice and work with various departments to integrate AI into the broader business strategy. They often become the bridge connecting technological possibilities and business goals. And next, we have the functional owners. The functional owners. We have the functional owners. Okay? Functional owners. The functional owners are subject matter experts responsible for the domain in which the AI is used. This group provides critical input into the design and testing of AI implementation. Their approval signifies that the AI is built in accordance with the need of the organization and that all testing requirements have been successfully met. And that is kind of it kind of align with agile methodology, one of the concepts which has to do with definition of done. Then these individuals who are the functional owners, they ensure that whatever AI technology that is being developed or built actually meets definition of done, or what you call the user acceptance criteria as well. Then lastly, we have the AI Ethics Board or Committee. AI Ethics Board or Committee. AI Ethics Board. AI Ethics Board or Committee. Committee. Hope I got the spelling right. Let me see. AI Ethics Board or Committee. Let's see. Committee. Okay. AI Ethics Board or Committee. They are responsible for developing and updating ethical guidelines for AI use. They monitor the organization adherence to these guidelines, evaluate the ethical implication of AI projects, and ensure corrective action are taken when necessary. Additionally, they have a role in educating all employees about ethical AI use to promote a culture of responsible AI within the organization. This brings our day 2 of the AI book reading challenge to an end. We've been able to cover page 1 to page 15. Then tomorrow, same time, we continue our day 3 of our AI book reading challenge. The challenge is a 365 days. Then we've done, no, not 365, because we started on today is 7th, and we started on the 6th. Yeah, probably I can say maybe 300 days of AI book reading challenge. Then for the next 299 days or 300 days, we'll spend 30 minutes of our time to read the selected books for our AI book reading challenge, and we'll pick just 4 books, and this is the first of the 4 books, which is titled AI Governance, a Primer, authored by Edward Aden, and we've been able to cover 15 pages. Please let me know what you learned from today's book reading challenge. Let me know what you learned, and let me know what spice can we add to this book reading challenge. Possibly, maybe we should have some live section where individuals can come and tell us what they learned from this book reading challenge. Maybe at the end of the month, we can introduce something like that, where those who join the live or who listen to this clip, maybe after the live, can tell us what they've learned and how this book reading challenge have been able to stimulate their interest in learning artificial intelligence and getting to understand the AI technology from a broader perspective, and also from a perspective of how organizations are leveraging this innovative technology to gain competitive advantage and and gain market dominance as well. Then why, and you want to know the reason why a lot of the billionaires are investing billions of dollars in this new technology. What is it all about? I believe as we begin to go through this book reading challenge, there's a lot you are going to learn about this innovative technology that is becoming a bigger news every day. When you tune in your TV, you listen to a news, definitely they will talk about artificial intelligence. Thank you for spending your time today. Let's meet at the same time tomorrow. My name remains Henry Onowale, your AI enthusiast, your AI expert, your responsible AI educator as well. Thank you.